Morning, folks. Today's soap is from Zoe's Beauty Boutique. It's called Black Tie. It's what soap looks like on the inside there. It's a excuse me. It's yellow in color. It'd be kind of hard to see. This soap's not made anymore. Matter of fact, Jamie has stopped making soap the best that I could tell. Have not been able to find her for a good long moment. Got the alum block complete with rubber band. Unscented witch hazel with it's mentholated. I'm going to follow the shave up with some Aramis aftershave. And still using the Clubman beard oil. I have it whipped up here in a bowl. And even though it's a yellowish in color soap, it does whip up more or less white. It does have maybe a slight yellow tinge to it if you get it in the right light. This light's pretty bright. Also, the blade of the day, I'm going to use the Rapira Platinum Luxe in this boy howdy, I guess you might say to a degree this is this shaver here. I've got a link down below from Maggard razors. I had to remember hearing something about this, but I guess somewhere between 2016 and 2017, I think how you pronounce this, Fatip. Some people say Fatip or Fatip. Anyhow, the blade gap had changed, and the best I can tell by looking at this, I would say this is the version 2 as opposed to the 1. The 1's more aggressive. And something to think about when if you're looking at buying one of these used, you may or may not. If you get the, I guess you might say the older style, it's more aggressive, which is, I think for most people, it's probably going to be too aggressive. Last time I shaved with this one here, it was Preshave Cube here. It was not exactly on the mild side the way I remember it. So I've got this one here, and this one a few weeks ago is when I originally had planned on using this, and the 3D printed razors came in, and I was really excited, so I started with those. The Fatip, I don't know if it's Grande or Grande. Got this one here and the two Shones, the gold version as well as the chrome version. I'll get it straight here in a moment. They're relatively the same. The best I can tell, I looked at the heads, the open comb. You really should watch that short video from Maggard's razors, and you can kind of see what they're talking about because they have a comparison in between them, between the pre-2017 and then anything after that. And they suggest if you're hunting for the older version, you'll have to go to the buy, sell, trade type thing in order to find one, because they don't have any. At least, you know, through their store, and I don't think anybody else would either. Kind of agree with them, in other words. Give this a shot here. I guess maybe if you knew what the first version was like, maybe you might consider it somewhat milder. And it may have been the blade that I used last time. They do mention about the fit and finish, which I know what they're talking about. Blade alignment, yeah, you're going to have to fiddle with it. You'll have to make an adjustment. Outside of that, the fact that it's, like he says, it's an all brass construction, which I'm kind of wondering since it's an all brass construction, I don't know if that would make it a good candidate for send it to somebody like Delta Echo, somebody to put a different finish on it, since it is all brass. Bleh. You can tell it's Monday, huh? I'd have to say this blade does give it a smoother shave than what I remember last time I used this thing. I might have put a feather blade in it, who knows. It's been a while. I think I waited a while after I first got this shaver. I got it, I think, near Thanksgiving last year. I think it's like a Black Friday type purchase. Got it really cheap. In other words, it was on sale, got it for $10. So I decided to give it a try. That is something if you're, especially if you're starting out, got a small budget, save your budget if you will, for around those particular kind of sales. Because $10 is pretty inexpensive. Now if you hunt for it nowadays, you can find it near $22, somewhere in there. This smells great. Still has a great scent, even after all this time. I think I've had this soap since 2016. Yeah, you can find these, in other words, well under the $30 mark. I've seen some of them go as high as $35. I did notice that, and not that I had seen one before, but one that comes in like a black chrome, if you will. I saw that at Small Flower, I think it is. Not that they had any in stock. But I don't remember seeing any postings of one. Shave of the Days or anything like that. Got a wild one trying to stick out there. But as it goes for the weight of the shaver, I think it's around, was it 2.2 grams? Is that it? I think that I might have got my ounces mixed up, who knows. No, 66 grams, 2.3 ounces if I remember right, something like that. Kind of notice I'm used to ounces, not grams. Yeah, this blade's working really well with this shaver. A lot smoother than what I remember last time. Outside of the fact that you have to fiddle with the blade, and don't know if you can see it with the camera. I know if I hold this in a particular light, you may or may not be able to see it because it's there, but you have to kind of look for it. Right in the center where the post is at, you can see where the post is at, in other words. But outside of that, I think that, like they say, this shaver would probably last you a good long while, being all brass construction. Wouldn't be dropping it on the floor though. On a hard floor. Excuse me. Yeah, I kind of see where they're talking about on the, compared to some of the other shavers I have that are I guess you might say more aggressive or efficient. I still got plenty for the third pass. I can only imagine what the original was like. Probably one of those 2-pass shavers. But I think this one here might come closer to fitting what I guess you might say the masses would be able to use. Not everybody likes an aggressive shave. I don't mind one every once in a while, but every day, not so much. Guess you might say something close to BBS is okay every once in a while, but on a daily basis, nah. Smooth and comfortable is what I like. And usually BBS is not smooth and comfortable for me. I have every expectation that in between this shaver here and the Shones, they're all going to shave pretty close to the same, if not exactly the same. Be switching up the blades. In the next couple of shaves. But the fact that you can find these things, like I say, you can get them close to $20. That's a pretty decent buy for all brass construction type shaver. You will see, especially on the ends of the base plate, I guess you might say where they tried to tooling marks. Yeah, that's what I want to say. You can see the tooling marks on the end and on the handle, like Maggard mentions, which there's a little dents. I guess you might say probably where the handle was put in with many other handles and probably rolled around or something of the sort during the manufacturing process. You can probably imagine, you know, how they got a little dinged up. And it looks like that took place prior to the coating, if I had to guess. It doesn't look like it happened afterwards. Coating on here is just fine. The best I can tell outside, like I say, some of it, I think prior to the coating, wasn't quite up to speed. But I would be interested if, like I said, if somebody like Delta Echo or North Shore, I think is another one, that might customize the colors, whether this would be a good candidate for it or not. If you want to add spice of life, if you will. Kind of goes along with all the different shavers. Unless you like the just a standard, just get it done shave. Got a little bit of stinging right down there. Outside of that, that was it. Like I said, it was a pretty smooth shave. That blade was a good pairing with that shaver. That was pretty. Yeah, that's a pretty good matchup. Not half bad considering I haven't used that. Kind of think that this might be the first time I've used the Platinum Luxe. That's what it looks like on the underside there. You'll see in the video if you watch it that this base plate is a different thickness, and like when they show the comparison side by side, you can see that the blade gap is quite a bit different, and It seems to rinse out pretty good. That's what the blade looks like there. Don't know if, like I say, it is right about there. You can see a little half moon, if you will, where that post is at. It doesn't bother me that much. I mean, if the person doesn't affect the shave not one bit. Shaves just fine. Just one of those things you would have thought they would pay a little bit more attention to. Witch hazel. There's no way I'd ever get rid of the shaver though. Open comb. I enjoy shaving with an open comb. Oh, that menthol is great for my nose this morning. I woke up sneezing this morning. Did cut my hair. It was past time. That is one thing about this time of year is look at it from a different perspective. Longer hair helps provide shade for the head. And as you can tell on the top, I don't have much. So letting it grow out a little bit also provides a little bit of protection from the sun, as well as during the winter a little bit more warmth. Got this on sale at Walmart one day, and never had any before. Great stuff. Starting the Monday out right. Really does smell great. It's got a glass restrictor in there. That's what I call it, a restrictor. It's good stuff. I should find some more like the aftershave balm to go right along with it. Definitely need some beard oil this morning. Had a really good shave. I have to say, really surprised how well that blade worked. Oh, I should also mention it comes double wrap. At any rate, I'll I'll drool over this later. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.